I deconstructed Pok Pok's ads, and here's how they can 2x their creative velocity. So this is a product that I've actually reviewed for a while because I have a toddler at home and we also work with a number of kids apps. So this was something I was excited to dive into. So let's dive right into this. First of all, they're doing a lot of things really well. They're testing a lot of concepts. So I did a review of 53 ads and about 997 App Store reviews using our agent, Brute Force AI, to come up with this analysis and recommendations to see how they can 2x their creative velocity. Let's dive right into this. First of all, I looked at what their top performing ads are, the ads with the highest reach in the EU. This is the ad. Somebody walks up with an iPad and hands it over and shows the iPad screen. The first couple of ads, I think first 5 or 6, basically have the same visual hook. So clearly that's a visual hook that's working really well. Somebody walking up and show the iPad. That seems to be working really well. If you have to look at the top US ads by longevity, these are the ones. Best app for traveling with toddlers. And again, this person sitting in a car, kid sitting on an airplane. And I think you can sort of see the theme here that a lot of the ads seem to be about travel. And clearly that is a pain point. And again, I have a toddler and I can definitely relate to that. Again, what they're doing well shows in some of the results that they have. This is from Sensor Tower, the one on top. They have Apple's editor's choice. They've been featured a number of times. So you can see they do a lot of things really well. And again, this exercise is not so much to, criticize them per se, but to really understand and share what I would do if I was the creative strategist and what I would do to take them to the next level. So it's very much selfish, but it's also something that I hope they can learn from and I hope you can learn from as well. So once I reviewed a lot of the best ads, this is the grammar of the winning scene. First, there's a stress moment. The vast majority of these stress moments are travel related. The device appears, the device is introduced, you show the app, you show the activity, you show the result, and then you close with the CTA. This seems to be the structure. As I said, the vast majority of ads do seem to be travel related because clearly that seems to be working well. I also reviewed some of the recent tests. A lot of the recent tests seem to have travel related ads as well. So let's get into what gets them to the next level. So number one would be take the relief sequence beyond travel. They have a lot of travel-related ads going on just now. Really, can they port it to other situations and other scenarios? Restaurants, waiting room, dinner, rainy afternoon, weekend. They've done this to some extent. They do have some ads that show a person going in a car. But really, how can they double down on this with very, very similar scripts, with very, very similar visual hooks to reduce the risks? By the way, I also don't say some of this lightly because I know I understand from our own campaigns that it's just hard to, if the algorithm starts favoring travel related ads, the algorithm's showing ads to parents who are interested in travel, the algorithm just doesn't give spend or performance to any of the other themes. And that's a real problem, and which does not mean you shouldn't do it. It just means you need to isolate that test. You need to really double down on non-travel testing, because once you do isolate the non-travel tests, you can unlock a completely new audience, a completely different audience. That could be folks who don't travel but go to restaurants often and so on and so forth. Really, I think that's a big opportunity. And I would start by using very similar hooks and visual hooks, but port them to a different scene. The other big opportunity is really teaching parents, really educational content, really. Now, I think A lot of the current ads are problem and solution oriented, which is like, hey, you as a parent are stressed out. Here's what makes this better for you, which is good, right? Now, I think a very different audience segment can be unlocked by having ads that are much more education focused. And when I say education focused, which is really educating the parent about parenting. And here are some examples, right? 3 signs your toddler is overstimulated. Why your kid melts down. The 4 p.m. witching hour, right? It's really have content that a parent can save, because every time we've tested content like this, we see there's a lot of shares and likes and engagement, which means the algorithm is liking this stuff, right? Because humans like the stuff, humans save the stuff, so the algorithm likes the stuff. Again, you can start with travel related content. 3 signs your toddler is overstimulated on a flight. And you can show flight related visual hooks. Really, you want to mitigate risks, but open up other directions and angles as well. The other big opportunity is really imagination. And toddlers are very imaginative and they want to express themselves, and which is something that app clearly allows them to do. The ads, again, are very problem solution focused. There is a depiction of the app. There are a couple of ads that still talk about creativity, but it's much more in the abstract. So my suggestion for them would be to really lead with imagination more often, test that as a creative lane. And here's what that could look like. Again, you could lean into that with your travel related hooks and visual hooks, travel related scenarios, and say, hey, here's like a travel related theme. Let's have imagination as a testing lane. Again, the algorithm is going to favor the historical ads, but really treat this as a separate test lane, because this can unlock a very different audience. Again, in terms of the ad formats themselves, it could be the format itself could be a wall of text ad, but really the goal would be to treat this as a new lane that they could unlock to unlock completely new audiences. So, in summary, really continue to lean into what you're testing, but try to unlock newer audiences, because that's where your next level of growth is going to come from. That's what will allow you to 2x your creative velocity. I hope this was helpful and instructive. If this is useful or helpful, please feel free to leave a comment below. Please feel free to share. Thank you so much. And of course, if you'd like for us to do this sort of analysis for your brand or produce creators based on frameworks similar to this, hit me up at any point of time. Thank you so much.